We do have Bob Viden from Bob's Little Gun Shop from Glassboro, New Jersey. And Bob is a sponsor here on the Conservative Commando's radio show and has been a guest several times. Bob, welcome back to the Conservative Commando's radio show.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's great to have you with us, but this is an unusual circumstance. We were just speaking with Brian Preston from PJ Media, and Brian wrote a blog about a Georgia gun broker was refused advertising by Comcast. And then I remembered seeing your ads from Bob's Little Gun Shop on Comcast here in Philadelphia, and I wanted to reach out to you, Bob. Are you still able to advertise on Comcast?
No, we're not. In fact, they told us if we would how to change our ad so that it would not show any guns or the archery being shot in the range if we wanted to run the ad. So we elected that if we cannot run the ad the way we want it, we're not going to run the ad.
Now, Bob, how long were you advertising with Comcast?
Pardon me?
How long have you been advertising with Comcast?
A number of years. I don't know the exact time. My daughter handles most of our advertising.
Right.
But they were in and shot the film in here a couple of years ago, and I had my grandsons shooting archery.
Right.
And we had people out on the range, and it focused on the range and showed the backs of people shooting downrange, all in a safe manner.
Right.
And they have rejected that, even the archery, from the ad, so we figured that's it.
Now, this was video they shot.
Yes.
And they still refused to run it.
Well, they had shot this a few years ago, and their new policy is not to show the firearms or the archery.
Now, you say it's a new policy.
That's what we were told.
When did Comcast notify you of this new policy?
This has only been a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago.
Yes.
That is very interesting. And did they give you any reason for that?
I didn't talk to them direct. My daughter handled most of them.
Right.
The reason that was given was the guns and archery, and they don't want to show that now.
That's very interesting. Now, I know I've been to your shop several times, and I know what goes on there. And one of the things that you have there is the proper use of a firearm safety. Now, you would think that this is something, if guns are such a problem, that firearm safety is something that networks like Comcast would understand.
Well, we would, too. We thought that it would be an ideal situation if you really wanted to show an ad showing the safe handling of a firearm as opposed to the way most people see it handled on some of the TV shows. It's not unusual to see people running through the streets with a gun in their hand shooting at people, or running out on their balcony and shooting 2 shots off in the air. And this type of stuff is not going on in real life with people who handle guns safely.
Well, Bob, you're absolutely right. You cannot turn on television, and we're a Comcast subscriber at home. You can't turn on the television without seeing violence. Now, they're fine with showing that violence, but they're not okay with selling you advertising time.
Yeah, and it's not just us. We heard that there was people out in a gentleman from Pittsburgh that has a shop that was denied also, and a few others. So I knew it wasn't just us.
Hey, Bob, on the other line is my co-host, J.D. Manier, and J.D. has a question for you. J.D.?
Well, it's a question and a comment. I mean, to what level do they continue? Farm and Fleet, Ace Hardware, they've got pitchforks. They've got spades. They've got screwdrivers. What level is now Comcast going to say, well, we have to deny any kind of advertising from those organizations because it's back on the shelves? Or there are people using those kind of materials. This is pretty crazy.
And they're finding out that people use more hammers to kill people than they do assault rifles.
Absolutely. I want to, later after the show, I want to see if I can get a hold of someone we just did the interview on, because they're a great law firm that represents grassroots organizations, but we want to get a hold of the NRA and a bunch of others on this. I think we're breaking some new ground here, and this is really news.
Yeah, and Bob, you're right. They are hypocrites. They're hypocrites, Comcast and these networks. Because like we're talking, they'll show the gun violence, but they won't show the gun safety.
That's correct. And everything we do here, we try to get everyone shooting in here that's buying new firearms that have never shot before. We have NRA instructors here. We will give classes, and we want people to be safe and have fun shooting. And more people that have fun and are safe, these are the people we want out there with firearms because they're not a danger to society.
Right. Hey, Bob, we only have about another minute, but I want to thank you so much for joining us on this short notice. And for people who want to find out more about your gun shop or taking lessons, give out your website, give out your address and your phone number, please.
Phone number is area code 856-881-7575, and it's bobslittlesport.com.